Tell
Man, people are
Can you-
loving it.
Can you sign language to people? We're getting in now. Now we're in. All right, we're gonna read you the intro, everybody.
Can they hear us still?
Yeah, they can hear us now.
All right,
We're back.
We're gonna retry
Make
that.
sure everybody can hear us. Yeah.
Well, it'll be a second.
There's a
delay.
6-second delay.
Yeah,
There we
Robert's
go.
saying
Okay.
we're good.
All right. Thank you, guys. Hey, you know what? We get to do the intro again. It's on the delay too, so we're gonna have to.
Be quiet.
We're gonna have to go weird here. So we're gonna stare into the void for about 10 seconds. We'll cut all of this out of the finished video. So, what do you think, Bryce? You good with that? Okay, good. All right, here we go. So we have to be silent for about 10 seconds. So we're just gonna stare at you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Skytear's Day. It has been a minute. It feels almost like Groundhog's Day.
It feels like we've done the intro before.
I know.
It's strange, isn't it?
We streamed Skytear back in June. It's been a minute. It haven't been any new expansions since then. We're about to get the next expansion.
A little background on
I
that,
forget what
too.
it's called.
Just to let everybody know
What's the name of the expansion?
What's going on. The Unforgotten, yeah.
I was making a joke.
That joke is so good. I've actually made that joke a few times.
Oh man, that's really fishing there.
just-
No, nothing was biting.
Just give you a little update just on the reality of the industry here, of course. We're industry types.
Oh man,
after
didn't
all.
know we had time for that.
Well, it's just that PvP Geeks is in the perfect pocket of the kind of publisher that is going to get hammered by these kinds of delays, right? So it's a smaller publisher. They're not moving enough volume to demand probably a lot from their partners at this point. Everybody's backed up. So when everybody's backed up, what gets kicked to the back of the line, it's like, the smaller publishers and stuff are going to get kicked to the back. So, Ashes has been through this. Plaid Hat's been going through this, the same kind of thing, just smaller volume. So I'm sure PvP is going through that as well. So it seems like it's kind of clearing out, and I can see the future is upon us. But I'm sure that with the new expansion for the PvP version of the game, also trying to get all the Skytear Horde stuff going on, it has not been a great ride for Giacomo and Ricardo. So,
but I will say to their credit, and we've said this all along if you watched a lot of our content, they work really hard, they care a lot, they communicate a lot. So they've been communicating even the reality of they originally wanted the Skytear Horde Kickstarter to be up by now. Skytear Horde being we're playing the solo mode of Skytear PvP. Horde being a totally new game that is cooperative / solo.
yeah.
And it's really cool to see them, that's going to take some time to get. They're still investing in the solo mode of this game. Something they didn't even start with, right? They didn't intend to do that up front. Pandemic hits, and so that's a really nice thing for them to do. But they recently released an updated version of the solo app.
It's
right?
cool, right? And we learned lessons playing a solo game, developing that, and we can apply them to this.
Which is
It's just
really awesome to see.
publishers don't do this kind of stuff. Like, this is exceedingly rare. Like, if you're a part of the Skytear community, there's probably some people that maybe this is their first game or their first real lifestyle game. Your expectations for publishers are through the roof if this is your first experience with this kind of a game, because they crush it at every turn just trying to provide value. And it's amazing to watch. So hats off. It is the spirit of Thanksgiving. It's the Thanksgiving week. So we're, of course, very thankful for Giacomo and Ricardo for setting a great example for how to support a game.
Yeah, and this I literally played for the first time in a while this weekend. I played a 2v2 game of Skytear.
Mm-hmm.
The game's great.
I heard you beat defending world champion Tim Bunn.
I did. In fact, I just added another win to the win column that is undefeated against the world champion Tim Bunn.
So that means you are the world champion. Isn't it like the belt in wrestling?
What's the there's a scientific principle about that. Somehow
family rivalry.
I don't know what it is. There's some clever terminology.
If you beat the guy who beat the guy, did you also beat the guy? Kind of a thing.
It's sort of like math. If this equation equals x, then x must also equal.
Oh yeah. Proportionality or
that's it. It's something like that. Anyways,
thesis.
No, I would bet if Tim and I played 5 games of heads up, I wouldn't win.
Really?
Right now, I would not win.
Okay.
I would guess, but he still hasn't ever beat me in Skytear, so I can keep saying that.
So don't play him.
Well,
basically.
I've been doing exactly that.
Before we dive in here, Zach, can you tell me your experience with 2v2 Skytear? Because we have said... Transitive property?
There it is.
Yeah, that's it. We have often said, I think 2v2 in this kind of a game would be the ideal format. You sit down, you maybe have a drink, you talk trash to your opponents if
I
you
had
like
coffee.
them.
It was early in the morning.
And how did it go? Was it as good as we thought it would be?
2v2 is consistently, like, I play a lot of competitive games, a lot of heads-up games. Easily, like, I think my favorite way to play games. And it's because it's still, you get that competitive itch, but it's more of a team sport, right? And it was great. I played a lot of 2v2 of the Star Wars LCG back in the day. This is the first time I've played 2v2 of anything in a while. I can't really remember anything else in between. I think it's a format that's underserved. I really hope we see it in a lot of games at like an official level, team stuff. But we were playing over TTS, which actually that mod is surprisingly good. Yeah. I'm not a huge TTS person, but it wasn't that bad. So it was kind of interesting because we were doing a thing where we're all in the same voice channel. And so there wasn't like a like...
Oh yeah. Could you like type to your friend?
You could talk, but you could talk over, or you could bluff.
Oh,
you know,
interesting.
So literally,
you text
there was a few moments where Brendan and I were like, it's like, oh yeah, then we'll lead with that card, and so there's no way for them to win the lane. We don't have a 3 to lead with, right? We just have a 1, but we're just bluffing the pants off of it, right? There were so many moments. I love that kind of stuff. So that was very fun, and it was we played the MOBA format. It's 2v2.
Yeah, isn't it great?
So then it was literally like our team gets to draft 1 hero, then they draft 2, then we draft 2, then they draft the final. Which I love the MOBA format.
I think it's the format for me. I've got it set up here. That's
yeah,
what we're gonna be playing.
I really do. I think that's the way. Also, I want to mention
it's kind of like the limited format for this game.
It is exactly.
Just let the developers tell us how they think the game should balance.
And we
itself,
can do that. And I love not having to stress out about the decisions about deck building and stuff. I think I picked who did I pick?
There's a bunch more that I don't have over there.
Yeah, I picked Yami, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And there's a wind person that you always pick.
Ekrit or Akuti.
It wasn't. Maybe
or the Kinui with the fans.
It wasn't Ekrit or the fans. It was the other one.
This one. Akuti.
What's the ability?
It's the one where she can make her illusion go shoot other stuff on the side of the,
maybe not.
the board. Kinui's
the
one that can't be targeted.
I remember it was the Cole.
Oh, is it Cole? It's not at all anybody that
So Brendan had Akuti and Astrida.
Oh, very nice. That's a classic match. My gosh.
Yeah, we won. It was good.
I'm glad it worked out for you. I wanted to hit Terry Fuller here before we get too far. He said, hey guys, I popped in to say happy Thanksgiving to Robert, Steven, Tim, Zach, and all the Team Covenant peeps. You guys are my best friends that I've never met. Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Terry, thank you so much for that, and a happy Thanksgiving to you, and we hope you have a great season and that you have much to be thankful for.
One thing I do want to mention, I've had a couple friends get into Skytear recently, but I saw that PvP posted their Black Friday thing.
Yes.
Use the code BLACK, get 40% off of
40% off everything. I think.
Crazy.
Everything. So like if you're on the fence on this one, it's got a solo mode, it's got co-op. You know, essentially what we're doing today. It's got 2v2, it's got 4v4, it's got multiple maps, it's got scalability on game size and therefore time limit size. You can add deck building or not. It's like perfect. So if you're into it, it's 40% off. This is the time to go, or like buy it for a friend for Christmas. That you can get it done.
It's good value. I also think it's a publisher worth supporting. So I'm
for sure.
If you're gonna get in, that's a pretty good time to do it.
All right. Well, okay. So let me run through the solo rules here. So
read me a tale. It's been, I think I played in January or something. You were still out for the holiday or something.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So you've done this before. I've never done this before. But
it's been a long time.
So we're going to get through it. So I'm just going to kind of work through the solo rules so that everybody has an understanding of what's about to go on here. And then we're going to run through that and look at how we're going to proceed. Then we've got a little setup here where we can show you the random cards that are flipping from the solo app. So that's going to be a fun thing. And
kudos to the marketing team for getting that to happen.
Yeah. Well, it was all me.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, it was all me, definitely. Bless you. So to play Skytear solo, you just need the Skytear starter box, or any number of Skytear components, and a smartphone to access the free Skytear solo app, or in my case, a computer.
Okay.
A computer is like a large smartphone.
More and more, they're becoming the same thing.
That's right. So we only win if we destroy the enemy nexus. There's no kill objective here. We only win if we destroy their nexus. We lose if one of our towers or nexus is destroyed. Okay. So we can't lose a single tower. And then we also lose at the end of turn 5.
We have 5 turns to get the job done.
5 turns, destroy the nexus, don't lose a tower. Setup, they suggest the 2-lane battlefield, but can play on any battlefield we like. So we've actually chosen the easily streamable single-lane battlefield. And we'll see if that causes any issues for us. You can form your team with heroes and cards of your choice. Just be aware that there is an available pool of heroes. And there are about 7 heroes right now that can be used, that they programmatically allowed to be weird. Villain. Yeah, they've made them the villains, or not the villains in the world, but the ones you can play against.
Our enemies.
So there's 3 extra steps. The enemy needs a deck of cards for damage modifiers and leads. You can either form a 32-card deck with the 2 colors of the AI heroes, or you can form a deck with any unused cards you have, or just using another deck of your choice, basically anything. Or you can use your own deck for the AI flips and leads.
I have a perfect thing for this.
Well, what I actually have, Zach, I've just got the MOBA versions of the enemy heroes built.
Oh,
so there's going to be a good combination of 3 leads and modifiers and all of that. So we're just going to pretend like they're the MOBA heroes that we're playing.
Here I was going to grab the next expansion.
Just a fool. And now this is cool too, because like you can kind of tweak the difficulty if you really want to get into it. Of like, I want a big lead challenge, or like I want a big modifier challenge.
You could make all of them ultimates.
You absolutely could.
3 commit plus 3 on the attack. Let's go.
Huh. Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
See who the world champ is now.
You put the enemy hero cards next to the board using the simplified side without skills. So let's take our enemy.
I love seeing this.
Hero cards.
Anoid Dice saying solo mode. I'm sold. That was the only reason I was not buying in. I currently don't have a playgroup for tabletop games locally.
Go get it. 40% off.
I think if you're a publisher and you're not thinking about solo/co-op mode on top of if it's a PvP game, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just so much value. I hope Fab does it. I hope every game. I hope Ashes actually ends up doing it. It just adds so much utility. There's so many people who either don't have a local playgroup or can't consistently get to the local playgroup. So if you can keep people engaged in that community even when they don't have access to people, then there's opportunities they will have to actually have access to people, whether it's quarterly or monthly if they actually get to play. I think it's huge value.
And then they can also just live in the metaverse. And then you don't actually have to ever play anybody in person. Which is the greatest advantage of all. What I'm doing here, because it's not going to matter for us, like counting cards, I'm going to sleeve up in different colors so that I can keep my Dota configurations clean. Because we're just going to be drawing these from for random like leads and stuff. So us knowing what a blue card is versus a purple is not going to matter.
I haven't looked into it. I assume these exist, but it'd be really cool.
They have stickers.
Well, I was going to say if there were sleeves that were all the same back color,
and
then the inside color was actually different.
I think their solution I think they make stickers for each of the heroes' faces, so you can put them like on a little sticker on the sleeve.
But you can imagine, like, if these were all black, but like this is purple inside and that's blue inside.
That'd be cool. That'd be real cool, bun. Real cool. What's up, Aman, too? I see Aman in the chat.
Saying Ashen Pass is pretty easy for solo mode because there's only one tower. Destroy it, you win. The win conditions aren't tipped towards the AI. It recommends playing on hard because normal will be quite manageable. Well,
I don't know. I kind of like winning games these days.
I'm not looking. There's a lot of challenges in my life.
That's right.
I don't know if I need a little more.
I understand more than ever, like so much that we ran into when we first started our store, and we were like, competitive tournaments.
How could you ever want anything less than the most challenging path forward?
Exactly. And everyone was like, my life is hard. I'm not here to have more of that. I just want to have a good time, man.
I like acceptably challenging. Now, that said, I know a lot of people who have a job they enjoy, but like it's stable, not that challenging. Their family life is good. They're living their dream. And then like they come to games because they're looking for a challenge.
Yeah.
Like they need to push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me. I hate my job and my family life is awful.
Well, glad to know it.
Yeah.
I have nothing to add to that.
These are good jokes. I'm just kidding. I'm very thankful for my family and my job. Parts of it, anyway.
You know. Can't. Strikes and gutters. Strikes and gutters.
Okay, so here's our deck of enemy cards.
Look, Higher Ominous Bob saying, Zach just described me exactly.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
But I think it's
Right there it
important
is
to
in the
remember, we had that conversation on the podcast last week in the lobby. I love that joke just keeps circulating. Last week about collectible games. And, you know, I was very honest when I was saying, like, not everything is for me. And that's okay. And I think it's cool to be okay with that. Same thing with competitive versus not competitive or extreme experiences. It's cool that those experiences exist for people that's what they want. And I also love that the industry is evolving enough to also offer experiences to everyone else.
Yeah, good.
Because you should just be that.
Agreed. I'm going to put these over here. There's the enemy heroes. I don't know why I said that like a robot.
I can be the enemy guy.
Yeah, you can manage the enemy. Place enemy heroes as depicted in the image below with your nexus being at the top.
Can you give me top down, topsy-turvy?
I'll give you top down. It's time.
I'm going to move them here ultimately, but we'll get there.
All right, they tell us to put our heroes in very specific places. I'm gonna just make that happen differently. Okay, here's how this is gonna go. Flow of the game. When enemy heroes activate, we're always the first player activating each turn. So there's no initiative we need to worry about. The enemy heroes will activate in the 3 moments below. If any of our heroes declare an attack, the closest ready enemy hero within 3 will activate.
What if there's a tie?
That includes the target itself. If there's a tie, we'll just roll a die or something. When you exhaust, they probably have that somewhere. When you exhaust your hero, it's like the guy. You guys know. You all understand the person at the table when you're teaching the rules, and it's like, okay, so today we're gonna play a game called Skytear, and the purpose of the game is to destroy your opponent's nexus. And the guy's like, yeah, but what if both players destroy the nexus at the same time? And it's like, we just got started. we don't. We're not talking about the nuance yet. You know what I mean? Like it's always the person, and it's like, well, what happens if I can't play any cards? It's like, well, we'll get to roll 28 in a second. Let's just talk about the fundamentals.
You doing okay, man?
When you exhaust your hero, if no hero is activated in response to your attacks, the closest ready enemy hero activates. So after our activation, if we didn't activate anything because we didn't do anything fancy, then they're going to get a turn. And when all my heroes are exhausted, or should I say our heroes are exhausted, activate all ready enemy heroes left. So once our turn's over, everything left will go.
Okay.
You got a secret over there?
Love this comment. Nico saying, no, I was making faces while you were reading. me and the people out there have something going on that you just wouldn't understand because you're too busy reading and being frustrated. Nico saying, first time I have seen a TC Skytear stream since 2020, and my brain remembers exactly where I was during lockdown.
Wow, amazing. Yeah.
David saying, Steven seems to be speaking from experience here.
How many times do you sit down and teach somebody a game and it's like, what?
Well, especially around Thanksgiving. And I actually understand it better now. There's a lot of people in my life that playing games is not a comfortable thing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it has to do with wanting to be able to do things well in front of people.
Yes.
And so when you first are learning a game, that's a vulnerable position for some people to be in.
Yes, it is.
But they tend to be the ones that are really asking the questions.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, calm it.
They want to be prepared and they want to know everything.
It's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The points are made up.
It's okay.
Nothing matters here.
Okay.
Rules are made up. Points don't matter.
When enemy heroes activate, reveal 1 activation card from their deck by pressing their icon on the Skytear community app. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what we're up to here.
Oh, man. Powerful.
Well, let's see if it works here. Okay. So you see here.
Well, I can't see it yet.
You can't see it yet, but you're about to see it. So you're about to see. Oh, I've got to push this over. Okay.
There it is.
Here we go. Okay, so you see now that we have on the screen the example here. So now if I'm on their little Skytear app. Now if I click the button.
And you're clicking the is that a cootie? Who is that?
That's a cootie. And then if we click on old Swordman over here, it's going to switch. And then you're going to get to see like whatever the...
So that's randomly generating a Habarat card when you click on him in the app. That's...
Right? Isn't that crazy?
it's a random card he's getting?
Yeah, and like
that's what he does.
If I click on a cootie over and over, it's different every time.
This also looks better than it did last time.
Oh, it's so good.
Played. Like the cards, the template and stuff got better.
That's true.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
no,
it looks cleaner.
It's like a full art kind of situation. So as I'm clicking the icon here, which you guys can't see, but it's actually just changing the text on this hero. So that's an amazing thing that we get to do. So we'll be sharing that with you. So I'm just going to leave that on the screen so you can get a feel for how that's going to go. So every time an activation card is flipped in response, or I'm sorry, every time an enemy hero activates, you do this, and then that's going to inform what they do.
That'll tell us what happens, right?
Yeah. And it says if the activation card is flipped in response to your hero attack, the reaction effect at the bottom goes on the stack, and then you can stack on top of it as normal, and it's going to resolve as normal. So you see how right here we've got reaction on the bottom of this card. It says the target of the attack gets +2 armor. So if this hero is activating, we click the button in response to like our attack, and then all of a sudden the reaction says the target gets +2 armor. It could be a cootie, it could be a friend over there that's getting attacked, those kinds of things.
And then they activate.
They will be activating. Yeah, it depends. If it's only if it's flipped in response to our hero attack. So this is kind of a special reaction.
Huh. Honestly, I just cannot get over the fact that somehow a piece of your screen is showing up over there.
Yep.
And then that is showing up.
Definitely had nothing to do with that. I did all of that myself.
By yourself, yeah. That's clear. I'll put that on the performance review.
Yeah.
But like, and then that is somehow going out to the rest of the world. It's just when you actually connect those dots.
Pretty soon we'll be teleporting all over the world.
We'll be in people's living rooms when we're playing somehow.
Yeah, that's right.
VR. It's like you sit down at the table with us and we play a game.
Nothing could be more exciting than this, but in your living room.
Have you ever desired to have Steven and Zach in your living room? Now, for the low price of $99.99 a month.
Actually, did you see the box of the guy making a hologram of himself in the box? Did you see that? You guys haven't seen that? It'll wig you out.
I pretty much try to ignore the world.
It will wig you out, man.
Yeah. What? Can you give me the TLDR?
Essentially, there's we got drinks coming in. There's a box. So imagine.
Oh, thank you so much. Whoa!
Ooh.
Look at this. Did we just get our?
Thank you. I'm gonna take the nice glass.
Oh yeah.
Zach dumped his into his computer.
I've wasted too many laptops. Well, hey now. Cheers.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys.
Cheers to you.
We're working on
cheers to
you. Covenant Store 3. How many times have we haven't said to Skytear?
We haven't. Now we're working on the third iteration of our local store, part of which is going to be cocktails on the menu. So at this point, every other week we taste test a bunch of cocktails, or one each week. There's something. Oh, every time I hear those shakes happen in the background, I know the drinks are about to show up.
Yeah, like a Pavlovian response.
No, sort of. I hear. In my head, have you ever seen, this is really specific, Ellen's TV show?
Yeah, I've seen of it.
There's like the 12 Days of Christmas versions. She does them throughout the year and then she'll surprise you on it. Yeah, it's one of the 12 Days of Christmas and everyone gets a bunch of stuff.
Now, did Ellen get kiboshed because she's actually mean?
That was the rumor. That was, I don't know if she got kiboshed. I think her show's still going.
Okay.
But there was a strong undercurrent of people saying she's actually mean, but then there's a bunch of people saying she wasn't. So
yeah.
But point is, on the holiday episodes, they always play Most Wonderful. It's like they play a specific song and a version of it, and every time I hear that and I know the drinks are coming, I feel like that song should be playing.
It's the most wonderful time of the stream.
That's right.
Once your hero activation is over, it's time to resolve the enemy activation card, resolving the actions line by line.
David Cornwell saying, table space and cocktail delivery? I need this in my living room stat.
That's right. Maybe that's what we can ultimately bake into that membership. You can have access to this in your very own room.
I don't know how we're going to scale that. It's going to be a challenge.
Going back to what I was saying, imagine a big box, like a big rectangular box with one side missing so you could see into it, and it had a bunch of LEDs and lights. And imagine another guy standing to the side of the box with a green screen, a white screen behind, with a bunch of cameras in front. And this guy is talking, and his holograph is talking and moving the exact same way in the box because all the LEDs are beaming the right places in the right way. He's got a camera on that box where he can see any audience where he's placed. So you had like 6 of these boxes placed in various places, and he can switch to see like who's watching him in the places where the boxes are, and then he can interact with them like a normal person as long as he's within the box.
That's a hologram.
It's crazy. Pretty soon, it's Blade Runner 2049, baby. If the enemy hero who is about to activate is defeated, the enemy loses their activation. You can activate another ready hero, if any. So if you kill the hero, the enemy while they're activating, same as usual. So determine the focus of the activation. To actually resolve some effects of these cards, you need to determine their focus. Each activation card has a preferred focus written below the title. Preferred focus, for instance, on a Cootie here, strongest lane. So if there's a preference to move, it's going to move towards the strongest lane. If the enemy hero cannot move in line of sight and range of the preferred focus, the move will fall back to either the closest hero, if the preferred focus was a hero, or the closest lane, if the preferred focus was a lane. So there are going to be enemy heroes that focus on lanes, and enemy heroes that focus on heroes. When moving as many conditions as possible, they prioritize, they want to move in range and line of sight of the focus first. Then they want to be positioned to best use their ability. So like we see some specials here on a Cootie, heals 4 hit points to the most wounded friendly hero. So she's going to want to be positioned best to go heal a friendly hero. Within range of the closest control token, if not that, and then finally in a cover hex. So you try to meet all of those conditions. The Grim Rule from Arkham. There might be situations in which the enemy action to take is ambiguous or unclear. As a general rule, make yourself suffer, basically.
Do the thing that's worst for you.
Yeah. Okay, and then we have some examples, and then we have a few additional rules. For instance, how the enemy activates the outsider. Spawn the outsider in range of line of sight with its focus. Reveal a card from the outsider deck via the app, and resolve it. Mm-hmm. So we'll have the outsider here.
Bane asking, I'm thinking about buying this game because it has a solo mode.
Bane.
Have you already played it? And if so, how is it? So we're about to play it.
But Zach has also played it before.
This is totally different.
Yeah, well, this
seems way
excellent.
better. Yeah. The version I played back in January was good. This seems way more refined.
Bane, it's 40% off right now. This is the best deal.
Yeah.
It was already probably the best deal at 100% price for what you get and the experience and the publisher and the models and everything. So 40% off is like...
I think it makes the core set like $40-$45.
You may as well go over to Italy and rob Giacomo and Ricardo.
Right out of the pockets.
I mean, really, just take money out of their house. It's going to be the same effect, ultimately. When can you play reaction cards? In between each line of the activation cards, players have priority to play reactions. So you see how a Cootie has 4 different things that are going to happen? Between each of those, you can react with cards from your hand.
She does all 4 of those things when she goes.
She will do all 4 of those when she activates. She'll react if it's in response to an attack, and then she will activate and do all 4 of those things. When one of the enemy heroes respawns, place it as close as possible to the nexus in their weakest lane. The one with the control token closest to their nexus. So they'll try to reinforce any lane that's weak. Enemies can spawn minions into the dome. Is an exception to the rule that does not allow minions into the dome. So they can put minions there. So who's laughing now? Keywords used in preferred focus. There are some that are not necessarily self-explanatory. Specialist, which is the heroes that have the little trophy-looking skull thing. That like right here on Yami.
This?
Yeah, that guy right there. Yep, the Collie. Good example of that. So we've got that. We've got most wounded heroes, the one with the least hit points remaining. Right. I could have figured that one out.
Yeah, I think you could have connected those dots.
And the strongest/weakest lane is the one with the control token closest or farthest, respectively. So their strongest lane is the one pushed more towards you. We won't have to worry about that too much because we only have 1 lane here. And now we know everything we need to know. Good luck and have fun. After you win with the standard rules, challenge yourself with harder difficulties. Let's just say, let's try it on.
David's saying the 40% discount is very enticing. How exactly is it set up? Do you need a core set plus expansions for the hero you want to play? So the core set is a great starting point. It comes with, I think, was it 4? Is it 4 heroes per color, or do you remember?
What?
It's the core set.
2 heroes per faction?
Is it just 2?
Maybe it is 4.
I don't remember. Hold
on, I'll tell you.
So
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah. But I do believe with just a core set, you can play like a full deck list, and also you can play the solo mode. Then those faction expansions are really the next place to go. There's one for each color, basically. And I think between those 2 things, you have so many options. It's crazy. 2 heroes per faction.
Yep, 2 heroes per faction. I'll never forget the early days of Skytear. Checking it out.
And then each faction expansion has 4 heroes and a whole deck of cards for that color, basically.
Okay, Zach, let's pick 2 heroes each to be our heroes.
All right.
I wonder who.
I wonder who he's gonna pick.
Easy color. Hey, actually, who do you think my first pick would be, even if I was just choosing straight up?
If you're just choosing straight up, it would be Sakashi.
Really? I thought you'd say Akimo or Yami.
Oh yeah, that's what I really would say, but I just want to throw you a
Yeah, so
curveball.
I never say Sakashi. I mean,
Yeah, Yami for sure.
But you know, you gotta keep it fresh. I'm gonna actually pick. We each get 2.
We each get 2, yeah.
I always like Akimo and Kichi, specifically because it reminds me of Zuko and Uncle Iroh. Is it Iroh?
Yeah, Iroh. Yeah.
I loved Iroh. He's my favorite character in that series.
Well, it's hard not to love that guy. He really plays like a perfect role in that series, like the role that you need somebody to play.
He's like Yoda, but way more involved.
Yeah,
And funnier.
that's actually very true.
Yeah. Yoda's kind of just crazy, which is also fun.
Man, they have so many good resources on here. It's devastating.
They put in the work.
Look, I mean, I'm just looking at all the rules here. They give you all. We got a 15-minute from us.
Really?
Yeah, that's probably not very good, is it?
It's
We need to redo that.
well, the rules changed. We did this we actually did, I think, a really good overview of everything on how to play.
Yeah.
Then a month later, it was like, we're gonna do this thing called living rules.
Yeah. We're like, thank goodness, and it's like, but the videos aren't nearly as
my videos.
as relevant. Okay, let's see if we remember how to start the game. I'm gonna pick.
Wonder who it's gonna be. I don't know if this man cannot pick Kanui.
I absolutely can.
Akrith's so good.
I'm gonna pick Kotlik.
Oh, we're going green today.
It's just gonna get weird.
Gonna learn. So I did the thing where I have 3 colors, but they share 1.
Yeah,
So I can have access to just a little bit of tools.
just a little pie.
Now in 2v2, we actually have separate decks. I assume that's what we're doing here. We're somehow 2v2ing the solo.
No, we'll just act like we're one player.
Okay, got it.
Just making decisions together
Okay.
as a team. I know that's hard for you to understand, but
Yeah. I'm not really a team player.
all right, Sakashi. I'm gonna take Sakashi. I'm gonna take some weird ones. I'm not taking these guys before. All right, let's put all of our stuff in the same deck.
Yeah, you can manage these guys.
Thanks.
Now we didn't sleeve these, which is just a shame.
I'll do it. I mean, we didn't sleeve them separately, but let's put them in these black sleeves because that's gonna be way nicer. Okay.
I'm on the case.
Absolutely, David. Hey, let us know if you have any questions. What's up, Alex? Yeah, these are all of the heroes that we had to choose from. Not crazy. It's like I like to set it up like those Dota character select screens, where it's like, choose your champion. Do you have your little tower tokens?
Yeah.
Power to hour. Yeah, thanks. Or the actual little towers.
Oh,
Green
yeah, I'll
towers.
get those out. Oh, man.
I can sleeve if you want to grab them.
This one's for you.
Thanks, buddy.
Not your buddy, pal. Little South Park joke.
I was, I keep talking about this. I was watching a Twitch stream for like 5 seconds the other day because when you go to the Twitch homepage, there's just a stream going on there, and you're like, what's this? And there's all sorts of weird like culture over there.
On Twitch?
Yeah, it's like a sub. You like have a sub.
There's a language.
Drive and
There's a
all this
language
kind of
to it
stuff,
all.
and you have like backers or I don't know.
Corey asked, "Are you going to stream the new Unforgotten expansion with Koei and Doomies?"
Absolutely. Well,
Inevitably, yeah.
I think we got it on the way whenever it gets here.
All right, let's put 5.
Yes, very nice. We're gonna be blue, right? We're the good guys.
Sure. For you, this Thanksgiving, I mean, obviously I can tell life's a little tough right now for you. Just given earlier.
Why? Just because I have angst?
I gotta give you some victory somewhere.
Why do you think that?
Amon saying Zach without Yami is not something I thought I would see. Yeah, you gotta keep it, Sometimes you
Expand your
gotta turn a
horizons,
new
Tony.
leaf.
Yeah, you gotta expand your horizons. Just like those guys.
If this were a heads-up competitive scenario, would I be playing Yami? Yes.
I like that I just gave you all of those and then left none for me.
Well, you know, you did sleep the majority of these.
All right, here we go. We'll get our heroes in too because we're official. We're official people. All right, and then one lane.
We're not robots.
The one lane map, I believe, has slightly different things going on. See, they have have your reserve hero that comes in, but there's some new rules for that got really interesting. Check the living rule book. All right, let's look at the summary for season 2. Oh, there's rules for each map. That's what we need. Man, this old rule book is still in the pocket. It's still working somehow.
Benjamin Lyon saying Twitch lingo is something else. I'm constantly Googling what they're saying.
Yeah, me too. I actually found myself doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know what a lot of hip stuff is anymore.
And what happened to you?
Well, I got older.
All right, let's see.
Basically, that's what happened.
that there.
All right,
what
action
happened.
pass out of the game. Place 5 hit point markers on each nexus. So we're going to use our 5 towers to place our hit points. Place a control token no 1 on the lane. Hey, you did it. Great job. Place a control number 2 and 3.
I appreciate this level of support that you're showing me.
Players place minions. You got some minions for me? You want to be the good
Oh, we need
minions?
both color minions.
Yeah. Gotta have hero minions. And so I'm looking at, for everybody who's questioning where I am, on the Skytear website, there's a thing that says game modes in the all game modes in the rules section. I click that, and then it's a really nice little rundown of what map you're playing on, and then are there any special rules. So I'm reading the Ashen Pass rules right now, and it has me a little diagram for where my minions go. They're just doing it well. Ugh, it's devastating.
Just putting all these.
Where are my minions?
How many need?
Start with 3 and then more as we go. Of course, you will be your little red guys will be the enemy, of course.
There's no respect.
There's just a joy to setting games like this up, isn't there? Don't rush through it.
You gotta enjoy the process.
It's about romance. I had a pretty brief chat with the old Arsenal Pass boys yesterday on there.
What's this have to do with romance?
I talked a lot about romance.
Really?
And how Lightning Briar has none of it.
I've seldom found a deck that is less appealing to me.
Yeah.
To play.
Yeah. But this game is full on romance. This is a game that has romance in spades.
David's saying, wow, I just found the buying guide page on the website, and this is the most informative and detailed buying guide I've ever seen for a game.
Hey, you're just the tip of the iceberg with PvP Geeks here. Wait, didn't they change their name?
Skytear.
It's Skytear now?
Skytear Games or something like that. Right?
Oh, good for them.
Alex Becker said, I'm terrified of getting older. I'm 25 and don't understand pop culture. What's going to happen when I'm 50? You're going to be happy.
Yeah, don't worry. Everyone's scared of getting older. That's kind of the whole human experience, isn't it?
That's all there is to it. Yeah. And you'll get jokes the other 50-year-olds get, and all the kids will just be hooligans.
My face is still on here.
Yeah.
Look like I just got out of the basic training.
I happened upon a video from like first couple months of the pandemic. I forgot you had like shaggy hair.
Yeah.
It like I saw it. I was like, I don't remember this look at all.
My head doesn't remember how to do it anymore either.
I was not prepared. Self degradation.
The old Grim Barber's coming for you too, buddy.
Yeah, speaking of age, here we go.
All right, players place minions. Place your heroes and your outsiders on the table. Both players simultaneously. We don't need to worry about that. We're gonna put Lovingly Built by Dan, our little outsider. Is it time to? I'm gonna flip that on because I love it. Look at it.
I took a picture like that the other day to
It's
post.
on. You guys can't really appreciate this. It looks so good. Anyway, here's the
Dysphoria
outsider.
saying, "Oh Zach, so optimistic. Never stop believing."
Yeah.
What was I being optimistic about? Everything. I don't know. It's a
Everything.
default.
No victory cards needed here because our victory is defeating the Nexus. We always go first, so we don't need to toss the coin. We drafted our heroes already. Both players are going to draw 6 cards. Of course, the computer isn't, because the computer just
Where do we
uses
put
their card.
our heroes on the blue side?
Yeah, we'll put our heroes over here.
Let me get the miniatures here.
Who do you want to start with our roster here? Who's our closer?
Isn't there a... Oh, someone's sitting out.
Yeah, someone's out.
I don't know, man. Let me just get all these first, and then we'll have that discussion. I feel like we should have Kichi come in at the end.
Okay, I like that. Keep your closer. Bless you. Okay. Then, last hero being drafted from each player is not placed on the battlefield. As soon as a hero is drafted, place them in one of the spawn hexes, red or blue, empty hexes. Okay, so we've got a reserve back through here.
Bane asking, do you need the 1-lane map to play solo mode? No,
Nope.
That was one of the big updates they recently made. The first solo mode, it was only on this map.
Yeah, you can play it on any map you like.
Yeah. Just for us saying the you'll be happy line as the likelihood at 50. Well, if you don't care what anyone thinks, I think the odds are high.
What do you want to put in for them?
Oh, we get to choose.
Yeah, you got a preference, or you want to roll
Oh,
it?
it's a Grim roll, right?
So Akuti's bad for us always. Akuti and Takali together are like, ugh, that lane's going to be gross.
Yeah. But they're like the soft range characters, right?
I think they should close with Habarat. He should come in and clean up.
The heavy hitter. All right, Bear's going front just because the theme. He's got to rush in there.
Bear's going front.
Let's put these here.
And we can technically, this is the old-fashioned way, you can technically spawn all the way out to here and here. So they give us additional hexes. Is this better for them?
Sure. It looks cool.
Let's do it like that. That looks fun. Did you go ahead and operate your secret handle on the outside of there?
Oh, yeah.
And then first play gets the Skytear Flex Power card. I haven't seen anything about that in solo. I'm going to assume it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
There's no advantage here to having it. So let's draw 6 cards and see what we get.
Agent Zero saying, I don't think I've ever heard Steven sneeze on stream. It's because he's a robot.
I didn't. Yeah, I never do that.
Yeah.
If I feel a sneeze coming on, I bite my tongue.
Try to pinch my nose real quick.
I bite my tongue and I pull my arms really close into my sides.
Good information, I guess.
I think about my grandma.
When I need to sneeze, I sneeze because obviously my body needs to sneeze.
Oh yeah.
So I allow that to happen.
Well, I can't imagine what it's like being in the house with you if that's your philosophy.
I just sneeze.
Uh-huh.
Actually, this
You carry that a lot of places.
Weirdly, my wife was asleep in the room that I was about to sneeze in earlier, and so I did this trick. You hold it right here, and you don't need to sneeze.
Oh, well, so you could do it anytime you want to.
Yeah, but if I don't need to stop the sneeze, I allow it to happen. My body's trying to signal something.
Yeah.
It's like if you need to,
Hey man, if you want to be a slave to your body, obviously you didn't watch Dune hard enough. Somebody wouldn't have passed the Gom Jabbar test. That's all I'm saying.
Luckily, I don't need to.
Luckily, there is no such test.
That the box test?
That was fiction. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but if someone was like, all right, you're gonna die if you sneeze, so don't sneeze for the next hour, and then I had to sneeze, I'd find a way not to sneeze.
Okay.
Or I'd die, and it'd probably be fine too.
And maybe my body was telling me it was time to die.
Yeah.
All right, I've got 6 cards. I'm not gonna mulligan this. We're gonna wreck these guys.
Someone saying they don't start at the Nexus.
Yeah, but I don't know where they start.
You said earlier there's a very specific place they wanted them to start.
They have them outlined on the 2 lane, but they don't have the same outline on the 1 lane. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 2
I'm
lane,
not sure this will work.
they start in a very specific... Let me make sure they don't give me a little explanation that I missed. This kind of looks like...
It's tough figuring that out on stream. In fact, when I was playing solo last time on stream, not only was I solo...
Wait, no. Here it is. They've got it for the... Isn't this the 1-laner?
That looks like the 1-laner, yeah.
Yeah, that's 1 lane. Okay, so...
In the trees. It's all the tree spaces.
That's right. Well done.
So you can't see them.
Okay, cool.
Last time when I was doing this solo, not only was I solo, so you have to carry the entire, everything going on. But Giacomo was actually kind enough to be editing the rules live as I had questions.
That's great. I see him in the document now as well.
Yeah, see it?
That's great. Okay, so now just a reminder, if we declare an attack, exhaust a hero, or when we exhaust all of our heroes, those are the 3 points we need to care about. So we've got our hand of cards. We've got our heroes out in front. Our goal is to knock down this enemy nexus. Their goal is to knock down our nexus. We've got the classic minions, etc. We can move, we can attack, we can lead, we can also skirmish. Remember, the skirmish is now target, and then do the thing.
Yeah.
And skirmish is not declaring an attack, as far as I can tell, per their rules, because it's not an attack, right?
So it's a cheeky way to get around.
You get a free skirmish if you want.
Yeah. I mean, not knowing what's in our hand, I feel like Sakashi going into those trees and shooting the minions pretty high.
How about you know what's in our hand? Dance of Death, 1 mana cast. When the caster damages a marked enemy hero, if the caster has Frenzy, they get +1 attack. Otherwise, apply Frenzy.
And Frenzy's new.
Yes.
+2 to all your attack and skirmishes.
That's right.
Disarm is -2 to all your attack and skirmishes.
That's right. Standardized. Curving position. Target hero gets +1, and when they damage an enemy with an attack or a skirmish, apply slow.
All right.
That's good. Smelt, -2 armor, particularly good against Galbjorn. Only has 1 though, doesn't he? So we don't need to smelt much today. Arena of Flames, only adjacent heroes can target the caster. That's going to be a good reaction for us in case these 2 ranged ones want to attack us. Lord of the Mini coming in on turn 2. +1 skirmish for each friendly minion. So that could be a good moment for the second turn. And then Disrupt, probably going to be a lead card this turn. Not going to lie. Now, another thing to remember, both of these domes contribute to the outsider. So if we place 1 and 1 and 1, like I think a lot of strategies split, but many don't.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Were I, making
Yeah, give me the hotness.
So I'd probably move Sakashi like here. And then I would shoot one of these minions. So either move him here or here, shoot one of the minions. And then leave with that 3. Then they're going to activate, and we'll see what they do.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's go Sakashi. We're going to take 3 actions. First action is going to be move. We did not declare an attack, so no activations. Second, we're going to declare an attack.
Yep.
Right? So what do we want to attack? This one?
I think we have to.
All right, we're going to cross court. Now, that gives a chemo an entryway into the scrum, so that's nice. So we're going to target here, and then when we declare an attack, the closest ready enemy hero within 3 activates.
There are no ready heroes within 3.
There are no ready heroes within 3. Ergo,
nailing it.
no activation.
Clean game so far.
Sakashi going to attack. Flip has a 3 attack stat. Flips 2 cards. Let's give it a 6 damage.
Brutally murdered that minion.
Minion can only take 1 anyway, so skirmishes or attacks are usually dead set on minions. And then let's go ahead and lead as an action with Sakashi. You want the 3? I may need that to click my... Oh, wait, actually I don't need it because it's just for up there. And then the clever thing is what? Portrait, I think, is I chose it, and landscape is I YOLO'd it.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking right.
From hand or from whatever.
Yeah. So Sakashi is here, and let me get these guys.
Okay. This is good. Jack my stance within 3 of the target.
Oh, no.
So before that happens, the bear's going to activate.
No lead. Okay.
So
closest target within 3 of the target. Did you just underline that, or did I miss it entirely?
No way to know now.
There's no way to know. I had to roll it back. I'm going to look at edit changes.
Sneaky Italians.
Okay. Boom. So let's put the minion back. Declare an attack here is my second action. The closest to the target activates. Here comes Bearman.
It's the bears.
Now.
What's the Bearman thing?
Golbjorn. That's right. Can you just put Bearman in parentheses in your software?
I mean, I'm telling you, we got to get that Bryce cam. Right now, you go over to Bryce and you're like, all right, Bryce, tell us about what it's like to have to guess the cards based on the nicknames that we give these things.
That's right.
Across hundreds of different games that we play occasionally.
You flip over and send it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that exactly?
And this segment brought to you by Tylenol. Because Bryce constantly has a headache.
When enemy heroes activate, reveal 1 activation card from their deck. Okay, here we go. I'm pressing Golbjorn. And we're going to see...
you got to love those soft J's.
Golbjorn come up. Well, it's ultimately from my lineage somewhere.
It's Norse.
Yeah, the Norse.
I'm
Okay.
into the whole Viking thing.
Now we've got Golbjorn up there. So because it's in reaction to an attack, the reaction effects. Golbjorn gains Frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the +2 to everything?
He's on fire.
Oh, he's on fire. Okay, now we resolve the card one icon at a time. Golbjorn gains Fast. Can you give him a little rabbit?
He also gets fast.
Yeah, so he went insane. Moves towards his focus. The preferred focus is the farthest enemy with lead. There are currently no enemies with lead. Ergo,
The furthest enemy.
preferences are the closest hero if the preferred hero was a focus. So it was a focus for a hero, enemy. I think that's fine.
So the closest, and he has to see the enemy?
I think so.
The closest he can see is Akimo. These are Akimo and Sakashi are tied though.
What's worse for us? I think he should get right into the freaking pile.
Yeah.
Because he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, he could go there too, and that's pretty good. Because Sakashi's activating. I like that.
It
Let's
also
put
puts him
here.
next to our minions.
Yeah, let's put him there.
All right.
Okay, clear is fast because he just used it. Special. Bjornborn places his target adjacent and in line of sight with him.
Giacomo says you finish Sakashi's activation first.
Oh, great. So
then
he
he's just gonna
reacts.
activate after
Okay,
us,
and then he
yeah.
activates after. Right on. So then we kill this minion, and then we lead, and that would actually clean that up because then he actually has a lead token. So we lead here. He exhausts, and then the activation
So then he
happens.
hit us with it.
Now, we did all the stuff. He gained fast. He moved towards his focus, which is him. He places his target adjacent and in line of sight with him in the farthest possible hex from their original position and applies slow to them. So it's a bit of a body slam.
So let's go not cover over here.
Farthest possible hex from their original position. Yeah, that's totally reasonable. So it is a bit of a body slam there.
Yeah.
And then he applies slow to Sakashi. Yeah. And then he attacks Sakashi. Now we can respond to any of this. So let's see if we want to respond to any of this. Oof, he totally played into our Arena of Flames. That ain't gonna happen here. It's not gonna help us. Okay, we're not gonna be able to do anything.
All right, so he's attacking for 3+.
Yep.
3 + 3.
Oh my gosh, Golbjorn.
How about 6 damage, Sakashi?
6 damage with no armor.
So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, activation complete. Hey, that's easy.
Yeah, now it's back to us.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, 6 + 2 because he had frenzy.
Oh no.
But this goes away.
Gross.
Yeah, so one of the things when I was playing solo that was constantly wigging me out is like that would happen, and then I would feel like it would be their turn.
Yeah.
But that was their turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically after you go, if you activated, the nearest hero enemy would activate. But because there was actually a something activating with Gilborn.
That
say his
feels Golbjorn.
Golbjorn.
That's
I can
how
say
I
Bjorn.
say it, at least.
Golbjorn.
This works very well. What just happened? I loved that. Like you flip the card, there's a reaction that might screw you up. Then
Yep.
you complete what you're doing, and then
Gotcha.
there's a moment.
So the reaction happens immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, now, we're back in the driver's seat. I got a little hot there.
Yeah.
Trying to think about this again.
So, but every time I would do that, and then I'd be like, oh, it's my turn again.
Yeah.
Because in my head, it's like, oh, now you go. But there's no one else to go. You just keep doing your thing.
They already went.
Yeah.
All right. So the question we have to ask ourselves, Zach, are we wanting to try to wreck Golbjorn? Is that a fight we want to try to win?
I mean, we win by destroying the Nexus, right?
That's right. Should we play to that entirely?
They also, they might lead.
They might lead.
But they're probably not going to lead a 3 rando.
They
you
might.
Know what I mean?
They might. Got a 3 on the top of the deck that time.
Well, odds are getting lower. There's a 3 over there.
It's true.
You know?
So Kalik's ability, +1 armor if pillar insight, and then can remove any number of pillars to get skirmish damage. So that's relevant. I feel like though Akimo, if he's going to do anything, it's try to take the bear on, right? Because we can give him frenzy with our card, and like
He can swing
He
for
can swing.
some hits. Yeah.
and remember we draw 2.
Yeah. I kind of like the idea of kind of like going in, maybe getting rid of another minion to up our odds because they haven't done anything to our minions yet either.
Mm-hmm.
And then just giving other targets besides Sakashi to these characters. We want him to be the target, not.
Yeah, we want Kotlik to get in there, and
Yeah.
we can maybe give him some. Arena of Flames might come in here as well, and he's got the red pip, so we could cancel a targeting. Okay. So let's activate Kotlik. And I'd like to get some pillars up too.
Yeah.
Although only he benefits from them, so like it's probably not a great ability for us here. Do a move.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right.
Now, all heroes move 3. That's for people that are newer.
Cosmodon.
Line of sight is also within 3. One of my favorite things.
Then, because the attack is going to trigger a reaction, do we want to worship now? Drop a pillar? What are we going to do after the attack, I guess, is the question.
Oh, it might skirmish. Depending
Skirmish
on
into the dome, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's declare an attack here. When we do, the closest ready enemy hero within 3 hexes of the target, Akuti.
Cootie, indeed.
So we're going to click the Akuti button on the web app. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. And we have reaction, attacking hero is disarmed.
That's still fine. -2.
Still fine.
So you're attacking a minion for 1, but a -1 would be pretty bum-tastic.
+2.
Okay.
So that gray card, it's like those sometimes are the -1s. Okay, we got the minion out of there. And then we'll decide do we want to do a skirmish or not.
I mean, I feel like we're up 2 on the minions, plus we have a 3 lead card. I do like the skirmish into the dome.
I do too.
Now, we don't have to target something,
We don't.
but if we're going to punch something, which we're not.
We're not.
Yeah.
Skirmish into the dome. I like here, here, or here.
You like all 3 options.
I like all 3 of these options, eh?
I like this position, I like this position, I like this position. Yeah, I mean, we may as well be close. I expect this to slide this way. So I think, and she can't skirmish without targeting anyway. So like being close to her doesn't matter because she can still get there with a 3 move.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go there.
That's where I'm at. That's what I'm on about.
Okay. Exhausted, which is going to clear this status.
Yep.
So that's
Okay, I
going
got stacked.
to have that. And then Akuti is going to activate. She's going to move towards the closest lane. So she's here. And let's see what she's going to kind of do so we can decide how she might want to move. She's going to deal 2 to each enemy hero within 3 hexes and move them 1 hex away from the closest. Okay.
Now, is within... Do you have to see them for that within to apply?
Enemy hero within. No, I don't think so.
So like if she moved here,
Yeah.
then it would apply to all 3 of our heroes.
Perfect. Let's do it. So deal 2 damage to each enemy hero within 3.
All right. So 2. Does he have any armor?
He has 1 armor. Yeah. So Kotlik will take 1.
What about Akimo?
Akimo will take 2.
Okay. And then
And
Sakashi.
Sakashi will take
2.
2. Golly. Sakashi almost dead. And then move them 1 hex away from the closest control token. So away.
Ooh, this is brutal. Look at this.
Oh, no way.
It's probably worse for us to move him here. Maybe it's better though because it's contributing.
Yeah,
there.
maybe it is better. And I think away always has to be
Both of those would be away.
away from the closest control token. So the closest is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He can't be moved
He
away.
can't move away. Sakashi probably goes here.
Almost out of range.
Wow.
Then I think I don't know which one's worse for us, honestly. What's the audience?
Let's
think?
roll a die. Evens will stay in the dome. Odds will leave. Evens in the dome. Out. Okay. Wow, these things are nasty, man.
Mm-hmm.
Attack the closest enemy minion.
Well, it's right
this
there.
one?
Yep. So it's a 2 plus a card plus 1. So there goes the minion.
Okay, and then spawn 1 minion.
Oh, what? Didn't know that was possible.
Fantastic.
All right, that was a cutie.
Okay,
Back to us.
These heroes need to die. They're aggravating me.
Yeah, but it's the old one lane where the heroes die and stay gone forever. It doesn't apply. So there's only so much value to me in removing them.
So we play a clean game, you're saying?
Yeah, and once this moves at least 1 spot, as soon as we defeat someone, I think, it spawns a hero. and they're immediately contributing. So,
Right on. Right on. Okay. All right, next up is a chemo, is the last one here.
Yeah. Now,
I would like to draw cards. Let's not forget that.
Akuti sitting here with 16 health looks like she's ready to get punched.
It's pretty tasty.
She could also get skirmished by a chemo as well. So if you can frenzy, skirmish, punch, that's a pretty good
Yeah, we can do that.
set of circumstances.
Okay, let's activate a chemo. And while I'm attacking a marked enemy is an additional +1.
What's his marked ability say?
So we could mark, skirmish, attack.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're 2-2 on minions, and they're gonna wreck us on this lane, which I'm okay with. We can see a little ground, right? We can see a little ground.
Well, we still have the 3 lead card.
That's true. You just know she's gonna lead, though. You know it. You can feel it in your bones, right? You can feel it.
In your heart.
Okay. Let's just wreck. This is what Akima's here to do, right?
He's here to swing the sword.
All right. First, and then we'll have the enemy marked, and then we can follow up with an immediate activation next turn on a marked enemy. They don't clear it.
That's right.
You know how to play Akima, right? Well, kind of.
If you ain't swinging, you're losing.
All right. Let's mark. Let's mark here. I'm gonna put a marked token here, and then we resolve the Wrath of Ashura. Move Akima 1 hex towards the marked hero. Is that how that works?
I like that. Yeah.
Then skirmish.
You want to get frenzy first?
Yeah, we do.
Because then you get +2 to that skirmish.
I'll declare a skirmish and react to it with a Dance of Death. When the caster damages a marked enemy hero, if the caster has frenzy, they get +1 attack. Otherwise, apply frenzy to the caster. So they have to damage a marked hero first, then they'll get frenzy. This is working out perfectly for us.
Yeah.
So we've got a Dance of Death active. I'll just leave that up. Declare a skirmish as our second action.
Okay.
We're going to target a chemo.
Akima. Akuti.
Akuti, yeah. Let's move into the sandwich.
Yep.
And then deal damage 0+. That's a big deal. +1.
Got him.
Dealt damage.
Okay.
She doesn't have armor? Oh, right, because she doesn't have her illusion up.
Yeah.
So now we gain frenzy.
All right.
Hit me with a frenzy token. We'll keep track of it the clean way.
He's a swinging for 6.
Okay, now we've got a 6 attack. So I declare an attack. However, I'm going to click the Akuti button again.
Is this your +1?
And see what kind of reaction we get. Yeah.
Now, does she? I don't think she does because she's already activated, right? She doesn't activate again.
Oh, right.
So what'll happen is we've activated, so then
the closest ready enemy hero,
which will be
within
this one,
within 3 hexes of the target. 1, 2, not within 3 hexes of the target.
So that, but after we activate,
Yeah.
the closest enemy period activates.
Right, she'll go. So no activation here. Great. Don't need to worry about that. We've got a free swing. Dance of Death is resolved.
6 plus 2 cards.
6 plus 2 cards. 0
Oh, great.
or 3.
Tough choice.
Let's take 9.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's take 9.
I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh. Look at that.
Boom. Wait, it's actually plus an additional 1 because of Soul Thirst. +1 while attacking a marked enemy.
Well, boom.
I'll trade you a Sakashi for an Akuti.
Now, on the one lane and in solo, if we defeat a hero, is it correct that the benched hero immediately comes into play?
Yeah, we've got rules. I've got rules on that. In fact, I've got them right here. We do the following for the, not the 3 lane, the single lane. It says, as soon as the hero, if one of your heroes respawn, spawn your reserve instead and place your other hero as the new reserve.
Yeah.
So you just spawn it and they keep rolling. Okay, so there we go. We've got that. Now, Tlakali is going to activate. So let's click
the button.
This is really fun.
It's really nice, right?
Moves towards her focus, which is the closest enemy assassin, which is going to be Sakashi. Sakashi is a ranged. Is Akima an assassin? Akima's an assassin, right? It's a little weird.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's going to move.
Here?
Closest enemy assassin. Yeah. In cover? Yeah, for sure. Okay. And in fact, check this out.
Giacomo was saying they removed the You remove what? And then also when it comes in, if the thing that was destroyed is exhausted, does it come in exhausted? That is an old rule.
That may be an old rule.
I think it may come in unexhausted, period.
So we're going to try to do the following. In range and line of sight, that's accomplished. Position to best use her ability, which is slow and disarm. So that's going to be fine on all of that. Within range of the closest control token, we've accomplished that. And in a cover hex, we've accomplished
did all
all
of the things.
We're good Skytear players.
That's for a chemo.
Thank you. That will happen next, yeah. So move toward a focus.
Yeah, no, he technically lost that frenzy.
He lost, yeah, because he activated. Against slow and disarm. Gross. That is so good to keep us from killing a cootie next turn. It's like the game knew.
Gotcha. So respawn now happens as usual, not as soon as it happens.
Okay.
Like that.
Now Takali attacks her focus. She's going to attack a chemo. We're out of mana because it's the first turn of the game. We've already spent one. So we've got an attack of
2+?
2+.
0.
2 plus 0. I have an armor of 0, so 2 to a chemo.
Boom.
Then we're going to worship, place a pillar as close as possible to her focus.
Focus was the dome or the character?
The character. Put it here between these two.
Yeah.
In case that's going to matter. And then special, deal 2 damage to her focus for each pillar within 3 hexes.
2 more
so there's
damage.
only 1 pillar, so 2 more damage.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, and then they're done.
All right, then she's done activating.
Yeah.
We've reached the end of the round.
Woo!
So now we'll start with lane number 1.
Cool scrum. 2 minion to 2 minion, even.
They
2
have
heroes to 3 heroes.
We're down
They're
by
up
1.
1. Focus or lead card, we're up by 2.
Okay, so we'll destroy 2 minions, so not ours. And then does it still move 2?
I believe it does, yeah. I think that's right. That would be a heck of a change. When a control token completes a movement, only the minions in the same lane that no longer have line of sight reposition.
Yeah.
That is one thing that has changed. And otherwise, yeah, move it on 2.
We are now in striking distance. They're all still within 3. I assume we respawn 2.
Spawn 2 and 2, yeah.
And we're going to do that. And
Play as you would.
you can put that one wherever you'd like.
Okay.
Well, that one stays. It's this one.
All right. Let's put it here.
Okay.
We'll press our advantage here. Everything's going to ready. We're going to clear all of our mana. We draw 2.
Round 2. 2.
I think we draw 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Don't do that yet. We got to...
Oh, we got the outsider.
Outsider. Oh.
All right, place the outsider, and this is the one that spawns. It's got to have 1 hex in a piece of the dome. So we can put it wherever it is that we want.
Well, what's the other card?
Yeah, the outsider card.
Stat card. Oh, no. I can probably find mine easier. Go. You digging?
Yeah, I've got it in here somewhere. I'm sure it's down there. Let me take another look.
Lebowski. That's a deep cut Lebowski
I actually
reference.
don't know if I have that on me. Oh. We're close. I'm in the rules cards.
I'm on the case.
I'm on the victory conditions. Oh, I've got an outsider. I've got outsiders. Here we go.
Wasting my time.
Wasting my time.
All right. So he has to be on the line. He can target a friendly hero, take a worship action. He can deal 0+ piercing damage to a target hero and push them 2 hexes. He can draw a power card, and he has a 3 damage range attack. So I like softening up a cootie a little more.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's mess up a cutie. And then let's draw a card.
So let's put it here. How about that?
Make sure we don't like hurt ourselves and don't like wreck ourselves in positioning either. I think we're fine.
All right. How about we do
I
this?
think we're totally fine.
Get it out of the way.
Sure.
You want to shoot a cootie? 3+?
Let's shoot a cootie. Shoot a cootie. Oh,
6.
For 6. She's gone.
Whoop.
I'm going to draw 2.
I didn't necessarily want to take her off the table. Because the respawn happens after this, right?
I think it does. Target friendly hero takes a worship action. Why don't we have Kotlik drop a pillar?
Okay.
Because he's got +1 armor as long as he can see a pillar. So he can stay cool.
You can drop it like here.
Yep, anywhere within 3. And then...
You want to draw a card?
Let's
Did you
draw
already
a
do that?
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, got all of that done. And then we actually resolve the lane proper, right? No, that's not how
We
it
just
works.
did
It's
the
1
lane.
and then
Yeah.
2, 3. Yeah. And then we go to the end of the phase. Everything readies, etc. And then you're going to respawn
Haberot.
Haberot wherever we think is best for Haberot. And then we're going to go to the end. We're going to draw 2 cards, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure. You sure it's not 1?
I think it's 2.
You just
1.
played, so 2 makes sense.
1 would be so slow.
And is there a max hand size?
I think 8.
It's like 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9. Get rid of that one. Okay. Here we come, a wassailing. It's our activation.
Yep. So,
Well, Sakashi seems like we need to get value before he's dead.
concur.
Let's see what kind of cards we've got. We've got 2 mana this time.
I'm gonna do
So
ours
where's
as the white version.
Lure the Tainted is really... You know what? Red is really good at killing enemies.
7 is max.
Okay, I'll drop another one.
Yeah, red is good at killing things.
I'm going to drop Smelt Armor because they all have 1 or 0 armor.
I like that a lot.
We don't need... We have a Dragon Punch. We can't play it yet, but we've got 2 good lead cards here.
Yeah, so I think the last thing we need to do is move someone like Kotlik into the control lane with a commit card.
That's the final, like,
First thing
slam
is
the ball.
probably getting value out of Sakashi. So I kind of like him moving and shooting a minion.
Yeah. Let's have a move.
What's his worship action do?
Shoot, and his worship is deal 1+ damage to an enemy minion adjacent to a marked hero.
So can you get in range?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I mean, so like we could do a move, skirmish, mark Haberot, deal 1+ to an adjacent minion.
Yep, I like that.
You like that? And Haberot's marked in case Akima needs to go get a piece.
Yeah, you need some.
All right, declare move.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Declare a skirmish. I guess we may as well target Haberot, right?
You can't see him.
Is he in cover?
No, he's too far away.
It's got to be when you start? Oh my gosh.
So I think we target the bear.
Target the bear. Yeah.
May as well.
So 0+1.
He has 1 armor.
1 armor. Cool. Skirmish.
We just needed the move anyway.
And then 1, 2, 3. We'll take a worship action as our final. Mark Haberot, and then deal 1+ damage to an enemy minion adjacent to the marked hero. 1+1. So
Got him.
Minion gone.
Blah. Okay.
Oh, Sakashi's slow.
No, it's Kimo slow.
No, he also got slowed in as a reaction.
Back
last
it
time.
up.
Now, what we could do, though, we could give Crippling or give Clear Mind. We're not going to waste Clear Mind on that.
All right, let's think about this. Like
Here?
he's back here, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Wow.
it's literally skirmish, still the bear, miss. Oops. Move 1 to here and then shoot a minion.
Yeah, I'm with that. Skirmish, yeah. Bear, clear the slow, shoot the minion. Not as good, but all of it resolves just the same. Okay. Work complete.
Amon saying skirmish target can be before or after, so that's good to know.
Oh, good. Yeah, I thought you could.
They had a
sneak in
target to
there.
do it.
So I declare an attack against this skirmish minion, or this minion. Haberot is going to then react as the target.
Yeah.
So here comes the Haberot reveal. Reaction, Haberot gains frenzy. Uh-oh. We're about to get wrecked here. Then the minion dies per our flip. And now Haberot is going to activate. It's going to move towards the closest enemy hero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4 here.
But also can't even move that way. Can't move through minions, can you? You can. Yeah, you can. You can. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Is there a way for him to actually be able to attack?
We'll attack our minion.
Oh, yeah. Preferred focus is the closest enemy hero. So check this out. If we know that he can't get there to make an attack, because
he couldn't get to us to make an attack over here either.
yeah, so his next directives, he can't get in range and line of sight of the focus. He could be positioned to best use his ability, which is place a card face up on the focus from the top of their owner's deck. However, I guess +1 for each mana spent by the focus. Wow. attack the focus, and then lead. So all of it revolves around a focus, which you can't get to.
I think the best thing you can do is attack a minion and lead there.
Within range of the closest control token and in a cover hex. So it looks like this is probably going to be his... Oh yeah, you're right. He's going to have to attack.
Mm-hmm. So this is cover. It achieves the get as close as you can to the early. It's cover. It's next to a minion.
Beautiful.
I think that's the right.
I think that's beautiful. Place a card face up on the focus from the top of their owner's deck. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Giacomo's saying you target when you declare the skirmish. That's right. I was right. They restrict it. It's harder to use a skirmish now.
Okay. All right. I thought it could be after as well. That makes more sense. So this goes on to Kotlik, even though it's not going to matter here. But that would mean he would get +2 to that attack, which would be sick.
So he's attacking and really destroying this minion.
Uh-huh.
He gets a +2. This gets squished. He was doing 4, 5,
Wait,
6,
do you
7,
think
8,
that
8
spends
damage.
our mana?
Yeah, definitely. That's the idea.
Like Doom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. So he just mana locked us for the turn?
Welcome to London, fam.
For real?
I think so.
And each one can spend 2, so it's just that Kotlik can't?
Yeah.
Gross. Hybrid gets +1 for each mana spent. Attack the focus. We're going to go ahead and have him attack the minion, and then lead.
Face down. Where he stops, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Okay, well that was a utilitarian Habarat turn there.
Yeah, and that's back to us.
Yeah, it's back to us. So Sukashi is gone. Kotlik.
I feel like getting a chemo out of dodge is...
He's about to get the old pain sandwich there, isn't he? He's slowed and disarmed. He's worthless. Now, he could clear mind. Clear the slow. Move up and swing at a minion?
I think just... Couldn't you just skirmish up? Like skirmish
Like,
bear.
Swing the bear.
Move, and then just swing and lead at the minion? Without using the clear mind?
Yes, he could. Skirmish. No, he can't get... He has to get here, right?
Oh, I keep
You're used to
thinking...
killing my things.
Yeah, I'm like, so yeah, I think that is the right time to clear mine then, right? Because it removes all the problems.
It only gets rid of one of those conditions, but I think it's the right thing to do. All right, let's play a clear mind with a chemo. +1 attack, and then you may remove one condition, remove slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, first action. Let's go ahead and skirmish. Targeting the bear.
All right.
0 +1.
-2.
-2. Great. Well, we could have done 1 damage, maybe. Then we'll do a move. Do we want him next to Hobrat or not?
Probably not.
Okay. You scared?
Right. Yes.
How about 3 here?
I like that.
Have him attack the tower. Declare an attack on the minion.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a ready hero within 3, so there's no activation there. And then we flip. +2 kills the minion.
Squished.
And chemo goes away. Disarm god.
So you moved, skirmished, attacked.
Now we have they activate.
So it could be the bear or... So I would guess the bear.
Bear seems like the kind of thing that would activate sooner, right?
Yeah, it's also not in
3,
cover.
4, 5.
So moving out of cover is less of a downside.
Right on. All right, let's have the bear go. Here we go. It's always exciting to click the button.
Spin that wheel.
Preferred focus is the closest lane, so we've got that. Going to move in the closest lane. Going to lead. Going to move toward the closest enemy minion in the lane and then attack that minion.
So technically the closest lane is here, right? But it can't attack a minion. So I feel like if it's going to move, we move it here. Have it
This
lead.
is a dome, though. This isn't a lane. This is a dome.
Isn't that lane too?
I don't think so. It's a control token.
Okay, cool.
But I think he stays in the lane, like the main nexus.
This is also just a
situation.
stronger move. Move here, lead, and punch that minion.
All right, there. Give me a lead.
Lead face down. Punch minion. 3 + 2. It's gone.
Minion dead. All right, Goldburn cleaning it up.
All right.
And then it's over to us with Kotlik. So you think you want to sneak in there and lead something, don't you?
Yeah, because it puts us way ahead. We have 2 minions. We'll have 3 heroes. And we'll get a lead card. This is what we call winning. We might win the game.
This could be it. Let's see what Takali does. Okay, so Kotlik just move. I guess skirmish in. Can't target anything, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just moving
and shaking.
Moving, leading. You can punch technically.
Oh, that's theirs.
I have the white one as ours.
Okay. Yeah, let's move and attack.
I think so.
Yeah. Bear or Habarat?
Yeah, that's a good question. Habarat has
0
less armor.
There we go.
There it is.
Let's do that. Then let's attack Habarat. There's no other things within 3 that have not activated, so we don't need to worry about that. So Kotlik is a 3+3, 6 to Habarat.
Got him.
And then we will go ahead and lead from top of deck or top of hand. My hand.
Yep.
There's no top or bottom to my hand.
And then
finally Takali.
Yeah, here we go.
Press the wild button. All right, special. Remove a pillar of a player choice and heal 5 hit points from the most wounded friendly hero.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I assume they'll remove our pillar.
Yeah, that's right.
And then heal Habarat 5.
Yeah. Focus is the closest lane, so move towards the focus, attack an enemy minion, and lead.
I'm going to say here.
That's right. Move into cover, and then another lead.
Shoot our minion.
Yeah, shoot the minion.
She got 1 card, yeah. Okay, so it goes away.
Dead minion.
And another lead. Oof.
Well, they cleaned that up, didn't they?
Sure did. It's like they're smart or something.
Okay, resolve lane number 1. We have equal number of heroes. We're currently at +1.
I'm flipping all their leads to see what they got. Looks like a bunch of 2s.
We have a 3 lead.
They have 2.
They've got a 2, so we're 2 ahead. Minion and 1 on the lead card.
Yep. So they don't have any minions.
We're
so
going to knock down 2 towers.
2 towers. We'll also get a draw card. Yeah. Then we'll spawn.
And the outsider isn't going to activate. And then everybody spawns too.
They have us surrounded.
They have us surrounded. You're done for it now.
Okay.
Draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Everything ready?
We're in the flow now. You see how this works, right? It's really smooth.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It should not. It has no reason to be this good.
I also really like just how clean it is. It's so to just practice. Like this is so nice, actually.
It really does feel like Skytear, doesn't it?
Yeah, this goes. And just having like
this control token goes up too.
Oh yeah. Put that many in there.
It's just fun. It's just like it's cool.
It's just nice.
It's really cool.
And scaling difficulty is also cool. You can kind of put whatever you want. Yeah, it's really nice.
All right. Next up.
Don't forget about that. I already downed mine.
Finish the game.
That's right.
Remember, this is turn 3, so if we don't get it done by turn 5, we lose.
Clock's a ticking.
We've got +2 armor. We've got quick shot. Your favorite.
You love to see it.
Now we've got a big Lord of the Mini or big Rampant Hatred turn here. Caster gets +1 skirmish damage for each friendly hero in line of sight, then takes a skirmish action. So Kotlik is going to get can remove any number of friendly pillars to get +1 skirmish damage for each pillar removed.
No pillars.
He could like worship. Then can he remove his own? You take a worship action, you place and then remove, I think, or remove and I think it's remove and then place. Bummer. We've got to think ahead here.
Now Rampant Hatred though will give +3 skirmish damage to him.
Each friendly hero in line of sight. Is he counts himself? I think it's a friendly hero in line of sight.
Is he?
I don't remember.
It's at least 2. He can see 2 for sure.
I bet he doesn't count himself.
Oh, this one. This minion snaps.
I bet he's at +2.
I would bet the same thing. That's probably a lead card.
Probably a lead card. Lord of the Mini, +1 skirmish for each friendly minion in line of sight. So that's another +3. There you go. So we go +3 skirmish damage. So that gets interesting.
Yeah. Do we have any push effects or anything like that?
All these red cards, they don't push anybody. You don't play a good game. You play an aggressive game. Let's cards are gross.
You're seeing all of these for the first time. It's like,
Yeah.
wait a second, I can do damage?
When an enemy hero than 3 gains marked, the caster deals X damage, where X is the caster's attack value.
Ooh.
So the caster that marks something does like a chemo would do 4 damage with this card.
So, you could look at taking Habrat out.
4+.
Yeah. Really, though, we need to lead with 3, and we need to get 3 minions out of here.
And we've got quick shot, and this is only 2. We've got only 2 of the reds.
Yeah.
Remember, the reds are the bad guy.
Okay, Kyler can also use that quick shot. So, I feel like him going last, leading, taking a minion out. Outside that, I mean, he could go early, too, if you want to skirmish against, like...
I think it's still the Sakashi plan, right? Like,
Yeah.
Sakashi could easily get wrecked by any of these activations.
Get the value.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact... And he can see Habrat right now.
Mm-hmm. You want to make a play?
I don't know.
You got that red energy.
17 health's a lot.
It's a lot to work through.
I do agree that I think we use Sakashi before use him before you lose him.
We can also crippling precision, swing at Habrat, give him a slow. And also could skirmish and hit and slow Tlakali, and he doesn't have to worry about clearing minions, really.
Unfortunately, I can't see her.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. He's also got a pretty good Lure of the Tainted play here. When he marks an enemy, he deals 3+ to it. Not bad, not bad. He's got a million ways to kill these minions, so I'm not really worried about wasting Sakashi's activation on that. I also don't really want to lead with him because he could easily get wrecked.
Yeah, he's not the leading type here.
So we know we want to get him within 3 of the control token. That's the first objective we have. Then we have 2 floating. We don't need to kill minions necessarily, and we don't want to lead. So he can worship to mark things, which can help Akima. And it would also apply his 1+ to each enemy minion adjacent to the marked hero. So we could potentially, could we move 1, 2, 3, mark Tlakali, deal damage there.
I like that.
And then swing it to Tlakali maybe. Let's start doing that. I'm gonna declare a move. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he has the worship action that does that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great value.
Yeah.
It's Walmart.
Walmart. Second action, we're going to worship Tlakali, and that's going to do 1+ to a minion adjacent. +2. Yeah, Ahmed says, yeah, that's right. It does say we can choose which pillar to remove, so we made it a bad choice for us, but that's acceptable.
Does the Grim Roll not apply?
No. It says in the ability, like, player chooses, not ambiguous. Got to resolve. And then last action, I think I want to crippling precision this.
Let's go.
+1 attack and slow if it hits.
So he's attacking for 4 + 2 cards. And who's he attacking?
Tlakali.
Okay.
I think that's right. Yeah, let's do that. And then attack Tlakali. We got 3, technically 4 + 2 cards, both +1. So 5 damage to Tlakali.
1 armor. So taking 4.
She needs to react. Clicking the button. And here we go. Attacking hero gains disarm.
This is for you. So
it was 5, now it goes to 3.
Yep. -1 armor, so it takes 2.
Great job, Sakashi. You did great.
Those throwing stars are not throwing very high.
And now Tlakali is going to go with healing rituals. She's going to move towards the weakest lane, which is this one. She's going to lead. And then let's see what her place a pillar as close as possible to her focus. Tlakali and the most wounded friendly hero heal 1 hit point for each pillar on the battlefield.
2 pillars. So
Boom.
Sakashi and her.
Sakashi, she's not going to heal Sakashi.
She said but the 2 most wounded.
Friendly heroes.
Ooh.
Yeah. They healed.
He can move up to 18.
Did she move, we think, in the most beneficial way?
I put the pillar here. There's no...
She stays in
She
cover.
stays in cover.
Yeah, super solid. Okay.
And then that burn goes away, right?
Yep. Tlakali is done.
Okay. And then it's back to us.
Okay. Well, let's have a chemo. Do you want to just kill a minion? In case they spawn it, we can still quick shot it. Or we can work on Habrat or Tlakali. since she seems to be the healer, we could try to go for it now.
I mean, I don't mind like him bouncing over here to punch Habrat, because that'll mean Habrat activates.
Yeah.
And hopefully against him.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, move.
Yeah, now you can like mark him. What's the mark view?
You don't know mark of Akima? He
Plus
moves
one
one
attack.
X towards the marked
Yeah,
enemy,
they don't
and he
need
gets +1.
Don't need that. Move, attack.
Let's just rough up Habrat. Let's flex a little bit.
Let's go.
Let's do Allure of the Tainted. When an enemy hero within 3 gains marked, the caster deals X plus damage.
All right.
So let's, second action, let's mark here and do 4 plus 0. 4 damage to Habrat.
It does damage when you mark him in some way, right?
Yeah, like just now. That's what we did. When an enemy hero within 3 gains marked, which you just happened, the caster deals X plus, so 4
Okay,
plus.
4.
So he
I
takes
like
4.
this. Then we still get a punch.
And then we go to attack.
And we're at +1.
Habrat reacts. The target of the attack gets +2 armor.
Oof. Okay.
Okay, fine. And then we've got 5 +2 cards.
Come on.
6 minus 2 armor, so he takes 4.
All right. We got him on this half.
Yeah, we got him on the half of the board. That's a big deal, right? Okay, then Habrat's going to go with Blazing Edge. You see, the top of every card actually has like their theme. It's super cool.
Very cool.
Most armored enemy hero is going to be the target. Kotlik.
That's Kotlik.
Right next to him.
Not what we wanted.
Habrat gains fast, +2 attack, and piercing. Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
So he gains basically frenzy on the attack, but not really. Fast.
But kind of, yeah.
Okay, so he's
Plus
+2
2
and armor doesn't matter.
And then he gains, moves towards his focus, which I
Done.
think
He's already next to him.
he's done properly. And then he attacks his focus. So Habrat is a 4 plus flip me 2 cards if you would.
Now, Giacomo was saying no wait.
All right, we'll wait for a second.
We'll
Let's see what lead designer or a designer. I don't know if him or Ricardo do the vast majority.
Card on the bottom left of the screen is hold. Hold.
Hold what? What kit?
I was just popping random stuff.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Okay. +1. So he's 4, 5, 6, 7.
You can pop Habrat right now. to get
7,
us-
and we ignore armor on Kotlik.
Oh, you're saying the card is old. Yeah, that makes that could be right.
We don't have these simple weapons.
Yeah, we may not have the. We're just popping the classic version.
Yeah.
So how much damage did we take?
It was 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ugh.
So I moved him down as well. Also now on this side of the board.
Well done, Habrat.
But that's it.
Yeah, no big deal.
So then it's back to us.
So Akima's gone. And then we've got Kotlik as the final.
So how much damage can he do?
He could do a skirmish at...
We want to lead for 3. We want a quick shot.
Yeah, we got all of those things.
And then you have 2 resources left to do...
Lead, skirmish, attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, before we forget to do it, let's lead with a 3.
Okay.
Kotlik.
Good.
A second action, let's play Lord of the Mini. He's going to get +1 for each friendly minion, so +3.
We like the stock.
And then he's going to skirmish, targeting Habrat. We're going to start with the attack, 3 plus 0, so 3 damage to Hobbs.
Down to 7.
Then we're going to attack with 3 plus. Habrat's not going to react. Galbjorn is, though.
The Bears.
Galbjorn spawns 1 minion, that wily bear.
Spawns. Would spawn here, I think. You
Yeah.
spawn an empty space, though, right? Does pillar count? Let's go here.
I think you can spawn them on a pillar because they're flat. I think that was the
I
rule that
keep
we
doing
came up
this.
with.
I'm putting enemy pillars out.
Galbjorn spawns 1 minion. That's so cool. Surprise! It's a minion. He's a wild animal.
So you finish your attack.
Finish the attack. 3 plus
Give me a 4.
1.
It's 4 damage.
We got him teed up. All right, so that minion is, or that Habrat is close, and we're saving quick shot to the end of the phase, right?
Yeah, which this...
Yelzak Bun special.
Yeah, you gotta surprise them.
Goldburn's going to move towards the closest enemy with a lead card. That's Kotlik.
Boop.
He's going to attack Kotlik.
Okay, 3+1, 4 damage, and Kotlik has 1 armor.
1 armor, yeah.
So he's taking
So
3. Oof.
He's going to reveal lead cards from enemy heroes in line of sight and discard all 2 and 3 mana lead cards revealed this way. He's going to move toward the closest dome's control token. Yeah. And then he's going to lead. That is a wild animal.
He is ferocious.
That's so good.
Okay.
Ah!
End of the round?
Do you want to play a quick shot here?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's quick shot on
Let's just nuke this minion.
Kotlik. Which one did you just kill one of ours again?
No, I killed the green one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Can't get out of his head.
You can't trust me. Hey, when you say enemy minions, the green ones are it.
That's so good.
I'm not even thinking about it. It's just happened. It's crazy.
Okay. Now we resolve the lanes in order.
All right, so we have 3 heroes and 3 minions. So they're 2 heroes, 2 minions. Or 1 minion.
So 4 to 6.
Yeah.
They've got a lead card.
Hold on. They have 2 heroes. It's 6 to 3 before the lead card.
Right on.
And then they lead with a 3. It's a tie.
Oh my gosh.
It's a tie.
They wrecked us.
All right. And then we resolve the dome, which they win.
They're about to win the dome. Well, first we gotta spawn all these things in here, right?
Yeah. But they do win the dome.
Yeah. This is crazy. Goldburn just single-handedly smoked us. All right. There's rules for activating the outsider. Oh, we click the button. We get to click the outsider button. Okay. Preferred focus, most wounded enemy hero is going to be Sakashi.
All right.
Place the outsider within 3 of his focus and as many other enemies as possible.
That one.
I wonder if you still even have to spawn, like, I wonder if you can do that. Do you think you have to follow the outsider rules, or do you follow
I don't know.
these rules? I think you still have to follow.
I would
rules.
imagine you do.
Yeah.
So let's just play it cool.
And then I love this.
Jack Muss says, "What a wild animal."
This is a beautiful little piece of just like caring. The reaction on the outsider just says this guy is too slow to react. I love it.
That's great.
All right, attack the focus. If it damages a hero, apply slow and disarm.
All right.
So attack Sakashi at 3+.
3+1, 4.
Slowed and disarmed. Okay, we're gonna get those tokens in reserve. If it damages a hero, apply slow. Defeat the closest enemy minion in outsider's line of sight.
This one.
Yeah. And the outsider spawns 1 minion.
Ugh.
Gross, dude.
Gotta go into the vault for that one.
Who did this? I thought we were just gonna run in and just like
Win it.
but now it's hard.
Yeah, it's an actual challenge.
Everything
Redesign
ready?
this. It's supposed to be an easy victory.
This is cool. This bodes well for Skytear Horde, does it not?
It does. They have dramatically improved this experience, and it was already pretty good.
Draw 2 cards. Ooh, we've got Akimo's ult. Demonic Possession. Frenzy and Fast. Immediately takes an attack against target adjacent marked enemy hero, who currently is Habrat, currently marked. Should we just go for it?
I mean, we're gonna destroy him, and then you still have attacks open, and he'll be removed for the turn, so that's gonna be really helpful for us.
All right, when do they respawn?
Normal, start of the next turn,
No way.
and this is up to 4 actually.
No way, really?
Yeah, so they're gonna be down a hero this round.
We should do that. Okay. Akimo's going to play Demonic Possession. Apply Frenzy and Fast. I'll take a Frenzy token just to keep it clean if you got one.
Boy, do I. Frenzy, there's the fast token.
Okay.
So he can dunk on someone else too if you really wanted it. There's no way to get to Clawley though.
There's multiple Frenzy's on off, right? Yeah, all of them are on off. Okay. So first action, what? Just straight up attack Habarat, right?
Yeah, he's gonna just get melted.
Okay, Habarat is going to react.
He's gonna be dead.
Attacking here against disarm.
All right, well, cancel out
That
the
just
frenzy.
cancels out the frenzy right now.
Yeah, fine by me.
Okay, Akimo's attack goes at 5+. 5+1, 6.
Habarat
Dead.
out.
Draw 2 cards.
Well, boom. Now this is pod racing. Now, is your alt in the discard pile at this moment? I think so.
No, it's in the casting pile.
Oh, boom, boo.
Oh wait, it makes an immediate attack. That didn't even take a.
You have not even taken an action. That's what I was saying. It's crazy.
Can you have both frenzy and disarm at the same time? Yeah. Technically, you have both statuses. So if you clear minded the disarm, you can get out of it. So we'll see if that matters.
Oh no, we're not, Giacomo. Every time we win a lane or a dome, we draw a power card.
Oh right, that's one of the new things too.
A great improvement.
I think it's all right. I think we need a little handicap because we're just too awesome at this game.
I'm on. Havrat was already marked, so we didn't need to mark him first.
Yeah, after his activation, he got it. Okay, we're gonna the Lure of the Tainted. Mark something, do 4+ to it.
All right. 3 actions remaining, eh?
Yeah.
We can't get to the other.
There's no way.
Thing.
We need to do some lane cleanup here.
Yeah.
I think we kill this minion.
Yep. And lead. I agree.
And then we still have an action if we need it worship something.
So we have to move for that to matter.
Move a chemo 1 hex towards the marked hero, yeah.
We can't even see a hero.
We could go try to freak out Gulburn in the dome.
Yeah.
I think we just try to slam it.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's just try to slam it.
Incremental advantage. Just punch here.
Alright, let's attack the minion. Kill that minion, the red one.
My brain, it don't work. You got a 3 in your hand?
I do.
Is it a useful 3?
It is.
What is the 3?
It's the unstoppable. Frenzy and fast.
That's fine.
We'll lead there. And then is there an advantageous position for us?
To move? We're moving to the cover?
If we move here, he's not going to be close to either hero, so his chances of his lead card getting wrecked are maybe less.
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he also kind of shields Sakashi from the bear, just in case.
Okay. And then closest
To Kali.
to the colony. 1, 2, 3. Technically Goldburn could as well.
She's only 2 away though, right? 1, 2.
Oh, Akima's here. Right. Okay. Okay, right. Takali's gonna go. Preferred focus is the closest lane. Moves to the closest lane. Places a pillar as close as possible to her focus. Lead and targets the closest friendly hero. That hero's owner discards 2 cards from their hand.
Sakashi. Losing 2 cards. And leads?
I get to choose.
She's a leading.
Yeah. Place a pillar. Did you do that
I
already?
did that, yeah.
Okay, and then I guess I'll hold on to Lure. I'll hold on to Lure. Gosh, that hurt. That one hurts.
Oh, your hand's empty all of a sudden.
I know, it's bad.
Okay. Then we get to go.
Yep.
Does Sakashi have the destroy a minion next to it thing?
Yes. Mark and destroy a minion next door.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it's just mark Takali, punch a minion.
Mark Takali, attack a minion. Maybe move to the dome. You lose 1 in the lane, but you potentially gain the outsider. Outsider could also kill. Well, outsider spawn did a 2 flip on the minions for them last time.
Yeah, but if we win, we win. I mean, it's this turn or next turn we have to win on.
That's true. We could do the worship, attack. Is there a good place to move? There's not really a good place to move.
And she's already activated, so he'll be next. He's only got 1 health though. Man.
I'll tell you what, we'll skirmish. What if we did that? We can get in here, skirmish in here, and then still do some damage to Takali.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just work some things up. So let's start by marking Takali.
I'm into it.
1+ damage to an adjacent enemy minion. It's going to be
now you're
1
disarmed.
+ 3.
Thank the maker.
How did I get out of that? That was very fortunate. Although that's an ability, so I don't think disarm would happen, right? On the ability damage?
Maybe not, yeah.
But it will matter here.
I mean, you're just going to skirmish and whatever, but then you're attacking the minion, and your attack's at plus,
Let's go and attack and make it happen. 3 plus 2 cards
-2.
plus 1. So 4 minus 2 will kill the minion.
Here you go.
And then we'll skirmish in here. Target to the collie.
0 plus -2.
0 plus -2 is nothing.
All right, Wiffertons. Okay, now the bear. Click that bear.
Click that bear. Click that bear. All right, Majestic Roar is what we have coming up. Moves towards the closest hero. In cover
Akimo?
or Kotlik.
How about there?
Yeah, that looks good. Then he must end adjacent to as many enemy heroes as possible.
We did it.
Perfect. Then attacks the most wounded adjacent enemy hero.
That would be Kotlik.
All right. Attack on 3 plus.
3 plus 1 minus 1 for the armor. Dealing 3.
Beautiful.
Got some damaged heroes here.
Okay, then Goldburn pushes all adjacent enemy heroes 2 hexes away from him.
So away, but away has to be further. So like technically that's not away.
I think that's right, but I can't swear to it.
This is
That is definitely a dunk right there, yeah.
And look, he's our lead card.
Yeah, we just got dunked on. He moves towards the closest dome's control token. Oh, dude, Goldburn is absolutely wrecking us into the dome. And then he leads.
Oh my goodness. He's a filthy animal.
He came out, roared everybody into hiding.
That
and
was
then went back
majestic,
to the
though.
dome.
That was
He's
majestic
like a bear.
roar.
He's literally like a bear.
Okay. So let's
He's
resolve.
literally like a bear.
He is. He's doing a great job of being him. Those tokens are gone. Right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. So lane 1, we have 4 minions to 1. We're ahead by 3. We have 2 heroes to 1. We're ahead by
I think we're YOLOing from top deck.
4.
We also have a 2 lead here. If we need Kotlik to lead here to make up for a chemo.
Oh, Kotlik hasn't gone.
He hasn't gone.
Great. Great. And he can't get to this minion, can he?
No, he cannot.
His ability doesn't kill minions?
It does not.
Okay. Well,
We kind of hose ourselves with Sakashi's position there.
what
What
big
kind
brains?
of
Yeah.
strategic genius thought that?
So I think the best thing we can do is like move here, punch the collie, lead.
Yeah, that's our out here, isn't it?
Boom.
All right, let's punch the
Make it
collie.
so.
Everything's already activated.
Yeah. I forgot we had another activation. Thank goodness.
+2.
She has 1 armor. How much is the
3
face?
plus.
3, so taking 4.
5 minus 3.
Okay.
And then we're gonna lead the 2, or you want to try to YOLO with 3 up?
I think we should do the 2.
I mean,
Yeah, YOLO. Probably
know
the
what I mean?
worst is a 1.
worse is
I think
one.
you YOLO.
Okay.
We need cards in hand.
I like that. That's some good YOLO energy.
It was your idea.
All right.
So if it works, it's on you. But if
First
it fails,
thing,
it's
we'll
also
go
on
ahead
you.
and just discard that. All right, let's resolve them.
All right. So 2 heroes to 1. We're ahead by 1. 4 minions to 1. We're ahead by 4. We have a card. They have a card. We're ahead by 4.
1, 5,
We're still ahead by 4.
head by 4.
So 1 minion and 3 towers.
Nexus gone, dude.
We barely beat the Nexus. Someone was saying try it on hard, and thank goodness we didn't. That would have been insane.
This is outstanding.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
All right, give me my mouse. I need to get the
right, here you go.
special card out of here.
So, did you pop his? There we go. Here's what I'll say about this. This is something that the publisher had no need to do.
My gosh.
To create this app, to create the MOBA format with these heroes that we were able to build without putting the deck building in. If you actually think about us having to take the time to build the deck, step 1.
It takes a lot more. Yeah, sometimes that's what you're looking for. You want to go deep into something like this.
I think that is the lesson, and it's a. You have to be careful. We see this with stuff like Flesh and Blood. It's happening right now, which is they have a great organized play program. The primary formats in the big events so far have been Sealed and Draft and Classic Constructed, but they have this intermediate format called Blitz, targeted at newer people. You need less of a collection. It's faster games. But the problem with that, and I've seen it immediately, is that from an organized play perspective, having different formats kind of splits your community and splits your events. So like people that don't prefer this format or don't have decks ready for this format, don't go to those events.
Yeah.
Right? Versus if you just have a singular focus, it can be good. So you have to be careful that what you don't do with the various formats and the ways of playing and the different organized play is to split your audience, especially when your audience isn't gigantic, right?
Yeah.
Like Magic gets away with it because Magic is huge.
Yeah.
So they can have Commander, and they can have Friday Night Magic, and they can have Draft, and they can have Sealed, and they
Legacy, Standard, Modern,
Et
Classic,
cetera.
Horizons, Legacy. What's it called? Popper.
can have, there is a Popper format. But what I will say for Skytear particularly, if you missed it earlier, they are running a promotion right now on their website. You can get 40% off everything.
David Cornwell saying, all right, well, I picked up a starter set and some extra bits. You TC boys can expect your commission soon. David, why don't you hop on our sub? Hop on the subscription here in the States. You'll get every new release. A little box will show up once every few months. You get some new models to paint, some new cards.
It's great. Add to the old collection.
That's
the thing about this, right, is Skytear, amazing game. I love this game. Every time I play it, I'm like, this is really good.
That was so smooth.
Recently introduced a couple friends to it. They're like, oh my goodness, this is so good. It scratches such like a different, it's just very deep. But the recognition that I know so many people, especially games like this or Ashes, they just have a smaller community ultimately.
Yeah.
Having these modes is so valuable.
It's really everything, isn't it?
Because this feels a lot like the actual game.
And it feels like MOBA.
Yeah.
It feels like you're playing a little AI-driven.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that, but that's awesome.
Even the MOBA, like the more modern ones that got developed, they had an AI mode where the enemy team was AI, right?
Yeah.
And so you could just get on as you and practice, and your teammates would be AI and your opponents would be AI. Jonathan here in the chat saying, highly considering doing this after the family goes to sleep instead of video games tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's something, you know what, I've been thinking a lot about this, if I may wax it lightly poetic.
We're here to wax.
About, this concept, we talk about, I've been saying romance a lot. I think this is an important word for the long-term understanding of why I'm so into this hobby and why I think a lot of people are so into this hobby as compared to, playing a game on your app phone or whatever. Like, the app-driven nature of something is going to be a more efficient way of delivering the same mechanical experience, right? And that's pretty universally true. Like, if these are all little icons on a screen, you can have all of the roles taken care of. You don't have to flip cards physically. You don't have to move models physically, etc. But there's the romance element to me is like, it's like soaking up as much of the tangible experience of being a person that you can on a day-to-day basis. And like touching these things and moving these things around and feeling these cards and seeing the art in an actual real universe in front of you is worth doing. I mean, it's a celebration of like the fact that you're even here at all to participate in this 3D world, right? And it's like, well, let's participate in it then. Instead of staring at the phone,
for living.
Right here, man. I mean, it's like, let's touch these things and enjoy the experience of moving them around and operating our mechanics in real life.
I think it comes back. We've been talking about this thread on various streams and maybe the podcast as well lately, but it reminds me of we were in Dallas several months ago and we went to the museum. And I don't remember, I took a picture of the name of the art so I could look it up and show it to my wife, but it's that there's that big piece of art of the glacier.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That I walked around the corner and I just sat there with it for a minute, and it made you feel something. And I showed my wife the picture on my phone, and she was like, "Oh, that's good," but like
cool. Art.
The reason I say that, of course, is that something about the physical presence of that art, and I feel like games. A lot of games are art. This game to me, Skytear, is art. It's art on the table. It's not just the miniatures. It's everything from the cards and the literal art on the cards to the design,
the flow of the game,
the mechanics, the execution of it. And so there is something to the physicality. And we use the McDonald's analogy. I don't remember. It was a stream or podcast. It's all
it was
one
the nostalgia podcast that we did. The most recent one. Yeah.
So like it's the 40s and like hamburgers are probably made on like a grill,
flat
or like
top,
a stove or whatever. And then at some point, McDonald's comes along and it's like, oh, we can literally have these, not supply chain, the Ford.
A conveyor belt kind of thing, yeah?
What was the name of that thing?
There's a conveyor belt.
It's not just a conveyor belt. It's the...
worker line?
assembly line.
Assembly line, yeah.
So
that's right.
McDonald's like we can assembly line this thing.
Yeah.
And
we can do it more efficiently.
We can do it more efficiently.
Yeah.
And so I think originally I watched that. It's not a documentary. It was the movie about the founder of McDonald's.
It's called The Founder. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great watch. But he goes to the original McDonald's and like, these burgers are great, and sees how the process is bad, and it's like, oh, we could assembly line this thing, and it turns into this whole thing. But main thing is, it gets so efficient, and it's like, okay, it's 6:30 p.m. You're going home. I'm gonna grab the McDonald's, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's so efficient that it becomes the way you do it most of the time. And I think at this point we're kind of going back the other direction, which is like, what are we doing with our life if everything is just so efficient?
Yeah, what's the end goal, right?
You're just cramming stuff in.
I save more time, save more time, save more time, save more time. Like, where are you cashing it in?
Yeah,
I'm cashing it in like here.
Exactly.
Or staring at a glacier, you know, like
a piece of glacier art in a museum, right? That I could have looked up on my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think there's something to that, and there's a lot of people. I just know so many people. 10 years ago, I would have had such a strong, like, why do you need a solo mode? Like, go do the work and find someone to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like recognition that you just get older.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sometimes it's 10 p.m. when you have free time, and you can't just go play games at 10 p.m. Right? You have an hour and a half. What are you going to do? And you can have a table in your office or your kitchen table where you can set this up. You can play it. Maybe you can leave it and finish it later, or just finish it while you're there by yourself.
You get to look at the models that you spent time painting.
Absolutely.
Right?
And then
you get to enjoy the things you made nice.
You know, like next year when we open 3.0 and we're hosting a big Skytear event, maybe you've been able to engage with the game the whole time and you're willing to come out to that event. When if you hadn't had a solo mode, it wouldn't have been worth it in the first place.
And you probably know the rules better than most of the people there.
That's right. That's right. It's so useful to me, I think, to have this kind of experience particularly, and so few games in the expandable range are doing this.
Yeah,
like,
it's really amazing
in like a real way. And the improvement from the first time I played solo was dramatic. Yeah, and I thought the original solo mode was pretty good.
Yeah, this is like you could box this up as a solo game right now and sell it as this. I mean, this could be the whole thing. It could be a solo game that you can also play PvP with friends, 1v1, 2v2, etc. It's blurred the lines. Like you can play this thing however you want to play it.
Yeah,
they've done such a crazy job, really.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It's really good. Yeah. So if you're considering this game, I definitely recommend checking it out. They do have that Black Friday sale going on. And
Inoi Dice says starter set and one expansion is $62.99, which is less than what the starter normally costs. And the crazy thing is the normal cost of the starter is already probably one of the best deals in all of tabletop/board games.
Yeah, I think it's really strong.
As I said, you can go to Italy and rob Giacomo and Riccardo, and you will come out actually less good than if you just bought the Black Friday
That's
deal.
hilarious. That's right. Amon's saying, my main apprehension to buying a game like this is I won't ever be happy till I get all the expansions available, so I play on TTS. I think TTS is another one of those tools which is just fine to have around. Some people don't even have the table space to put this out on a regular basis, or can't even afford to buy all the stuff. And so, like, I love the idea that the game is still accessible to people in that way. And then I love formats like that MOBA format we've been playing, because I can take my single collection and have, like we did the 2v2, that could have been done out of a single collection. And knowing I can share that experience with 3 friends that otherwise would never buy this game. Yeah. Super cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. And for somebody like Amon who's been playing on TTS, it's like, I've got to get every expansion. It's 40% off right now. Now is the time to say thank you, Skytear, PvP, etc. 40% off. I'm going to buy everything and just go for it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, this is great.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're thankful for absolutely everybody who tunes in, even the ones that tune in later and give us that thumbs down, which you can't see on YouTube anymore. We're thankful that you're there thinking of us. They removed the count.
So it's just you can thumbs down.
You can dislike a video, but nobody knows how many dislikes a video
I like that a lot. I like being able to send the YouTube signal.
Some people hate it.
You can still send the signal to YouTube. A bunch of people thumbs downing something, they remove it from the algorithm.
Yeah, they can show it less on the algorithm.
But 6 people that just want to dislike your videos because it's not whatever they want it to be.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Also, we won't be streaming tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving here in the States. If you're looking to keep engaging in the tabletop community when we're not streaming or in general, check out our Discord channel. There's a lot of great people there, including people talking about Skytear. and a ton of other games.
And the Skytear Discord is awesome too. So if you're looking into this game, check out the Skytear Discord. If you just got questions about what I should buy, if I should buy, etc. If you want to get all the new expansions here in the States, sign up for our subscription. That's the way to do that. So you can find that on our website. It's going to get you every new release that happens for Skytear, and that's happening about every 3-ish months.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay on this last one, but I'm optimistic that won't be a trend.
Yeah, so it's great. So cheers to everybody. Sleep and Gloom. Have a good one, guys. Well, thank you so much, Giacomo, and thanks for streaming. Giacomo, thank you so much. You guys are just exemplary. I know it's just a grind so often for smaller publishers to just keep something like this going, especially a game as ambitious as Skytear. So you're doing a great job, and we all appreciate it and see that. And then Ty saying, well, let's test out the thumbs down. Don't do it. Ring the bell. Hit
Smash
that
like
button.
button.
Smash that, etc.
Share it on the Twitters.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Hey, we'll see you next time. And we got a Skytear expansion coming up at some point in the schedule, and we'll be streaming that the old-fashioned way. Zach and I are probably having a little beatdown. Take care and have a good one.